Hey VC, it's the Zonk Man coming back at you once again. Doing a little video here. If you clicked on it, I probably said something about some VCLT from my Uncle Wes again. I'm going to show something else too to kind of tie it in or whatever. I think I've got it turned down low enough so you can't even hear any of it or determine what it is. But I've got a little blues playing in the background also. So let's kind of get into the what I'm going to throw off track. First of all, this is CD VCLT, and so there's not going to be a whole lot of records here. In fact, this stuff's kind of stacked up right here. you can see it in the shot. Okay, I need not waste a bunch of time rambling and goofing off. Okay, first thing I'm going to show is, let's show this. Oh, a lot of glare. Steve, Zonkman. Why is the Zonkman showing Prince Welcome to America? Yes, you guys have probably seen there's a lot of VC people showed this record. A lot of people think it is just a cash grab for the Paisley Park estate or whatever you call that. This is, of course, a posthumous release. But I will talk about it for a second. This, for those of you who don't know, this album was shelved since 2010. So, and I forget when actually Prince passed away, but that was like, what, a good 7 years. He still decided not to put this out. They're putting this out now in 2021. And my story on this, why did I pick this up? Actually, I went to the record store and I was not looking for this record. Something else that was out, the indie exclusive, my record store was sold out. So I was just kind of like, hey, what's up with that Prince deal, you know, to the record store owner. And he told me a little bit. He's like, I listened to the first couple tracks. He said, you know, it's not a traditional Prince party or dance album. He says it's a little different. And then he said, look at what he's holding there. He says, he ain't holding a guitar, he's holding a bass. So he said it was really kind of bass heavy or whatever, you know, and used a lot of backup singers and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I snagged it anyway. So we're gonna come back around to the Prince album. We'll set that there and come back around. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the VCLT from Uncle Wes. Thank you again, Uncle Wes. I am thankful, I am grateful, I am blessed to receive the music that I get. I'm blessed when I'm able to go out and spend some money and get some music that love playing in the music room. But I'm going to get into it. Basically, the story on these CDs was, he said, we'll blame Aunt Sandy. Aunt Sandy was like, you can't play these CDs in your car anymore, so let's just send them to the Salvation Army. And then he's like, oh, no, wait. Yeah, Steve could put those to good use. So we're going to send them to him. So again, I appreciate it. And he said, I'm going to send you some jazz and stuff. So I'm going to start right off of the jazz. This is a 7 CD collection, Time Life. And it is jazz. Jazz greats. Jazz masters, jazz from the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and jazz legends. Now this is, in fact, that's Miles Davis right there on that one. This is all the heavy hitters. This is no session musicians playing these popular jazz songs or anything. It is literally, I'll name, you know, Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, Mel Torme, Billie Holiday, Ramsey Lewis Trio, Dave Brubeck Quartet, Stan Getz, Chet Baker, Count Basie, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Jimmy Smith, Charlie Parker, Cannonball Adderley. So that wasn't even everything on there, and that's just one of the albums. So it is all the heavy hitters from all that. bebop, hard bop, post bop era, or whatever you're interested in, all on CD. Which actually each album is 2 CDs, so that makes there's 14 CDs. Everything is over an hour of music. I don't know, did you hear that? You hear that thunder? It's actually raining. It's actually a thunderstorm like hell outside right now. That's why I'm like, that's raining. A good time to be inside, listen to some music, and make a video. So anyway, kick-ass jazz collection, and that's just part of it, you know. I'm going to go through everything else pretty quick. Joe Cocker, Ultimate Collection. This is like everything from every era, even some songs there in the 90s, some of the albums he did in the 90s. Marshall Tucker Band, Carolina Dream. I heard it in a love song. I remember I used to think that they were saying Pretty Little Love Song. Just a pretty little love song. And I should probably not do that. Anyway, in North Kakalaka, you got to have some Marshall Tucker. Another thing, Doc and Merle Watson, Then and Now. This is probably like a 71 album. This is on CD, pressed later or whatever. And of course, I don't know if you can see that, Tomato Records, which is the same label Townes Van Zandt was on. So, and then also the Doc Watson story, which is not even my own story, I've told about my uncle. Saw Doc Watson when he was going to college at Lee's McRae in Banner Elk, North Carolina in the late 60s before he went off to Vietnam. I want to say 67. I still forget the year of college and then the first year of Vietnam. But anyway, that's his story. Cool Doc Watson. Billie Holiday, Lady in Autumn, The Best of the Verve Years. This is still killer stuff. Nirvana Icon. So this is just a comp from 2010. Got the hits on there. Go-Go's, God Bless. I think this is this a gospel album? I think so. But anyway, they got back together in like 2000, 2001 and did that album or something. Here's a single. What is the single? The single is The Whole World Lost Its Head. Yeah. That kind of goes with what's going on now. Go-Go singles thrown in there. Mary Chapin Carpenter, Come On. Come On, Come On. Now you probably want the song, man, never shows any country either. Very little country. I actually received this in a CD collection I bought, a few years ago. And this case ended up being empty. The CD was missing. So awesome to get this from Uncle Wes. I am familiar with the hits on this. I Feel Lucky and Passionate Kisses. Look those up. A couple hits, early 90s country. Get into some Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Southern accents. Killer to have on CD. I do not have that on vinyl, and I don't have this on vinyl either. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, something about the plantation. Pack Up the Plantation Live. Killer Tom Petty album on CD. And Uncle Wes's favorite, Quicksilver, Happy Trails, Quicksilver Messenger Service. Who do you love? Now, what I'm going to show here, and it's actually what's playing in the background, this is killer. Eric Clapton and guests. Crossroads Revisited. This is a 3 CD collection of the Crossroads Guitar Festivals. They had 3 of these in Chicago. Hey Vance, did you ever make one of these Eric Clapton Guitar Festival, Crossroads Guitar Festivals in Chicago? They were in 04, 07, and 2010 in Chicago, and then they moved it in 2013. I think it went to New York. But anyway, this is actually awesome, and there's all kinds of people on here. Eric Clapton playing with Robert Cray, Buddy Guy, Jimmy Vaughn, B.B. King, Joe Walsh is on here, and then it has some other people with their performances too. Doyle Bramble II, Sheryl Crow's on here, John Mayer, Gary Clark Jr., and we're going to mention Jeff Beck, because Uncle loves Jeff Beck, and he had me play that video when he was here visiting in June. He's like, hey, pull this up on YouTube. And it's Jeff Beck playing. He's like, check out this bassist that he's got playing. It's this Australian female that he picked up and played bass with. And the song is actually the same song that's on this compilation. 'Cause We've Ended as Lovers. I don't know if that's going to focus on there or not. But so we watched this. Jeff Beck playing guitar, and he does his little solo. Then they play, and then he lets the bass player do her solo, and he just like stops playing his guitar, and you see it's kind of cool, all his mannerisms, you know, he's just in awe of her playing and everything, you know, and he's just so in awe of it. So it was just a real cool video, and that's when he told me about Tal Wilkenfeld. That's her name. That's this female Australian bass player. And this was 07. And I looked this up. She was, I've already lost the page. So she was at this Crossroads Guitar Festival in 07 playing with Jeff Beck. So if you pull this up, you will, if you pull it up on YouTube, you'll get to see a video of her playing. The song is 'Cause We've Ended as Lovers, which is actually a Stevie Wonder song. And I kind of looked up a little side information on that. That was some early to mid 70s, like the whole R&B soul thing. And it was a Stevie Wonder featuring, and I can't remember the lady's name, the artist, Soretta or something like that. And that song was on her album. So Stevie Wonder wrote it, but she sang it on her album. Anyway, that's just kind of a little brief history on that song. And that's what Jeff Beck is playing at this guitar festival, and has this cool bass player playing with him. So what I do, I start researching a little bit and find out that Tal Wilkenfeld has a solo album. So what does the Zonk Man do? The Zonk Man has to get the solo album. This is a 2019 album. She toured with The Who in support of this album here in 2019. So that was like another big, those British guys are really, really digging her bass playing. So she toured with The Who to promote this. And then of course, you know, when I went, this is one of my few Discogs purchases. And when I went hunting the album, the signed copy was the same price as a regular copy, because it's not too readily available. It's out there, but it's not too readily available. So I said, let me just go ahead and get the signed copy. Well, the songs you need to listen to on this, her solo stuff, is the very first song, Corner Painter. There's a track called Haunted Love that should have a YouTube video or show her playing. And then also, probably even better tracks are Under the Sun and Killing Me, which are actually on the B-side. Show you that. So this is just a cool, and she is singer, songwriter, bass player, still guitar driven, but you know, I mean, it's just kind of a light, good feel to her music. So, you know, this was killer to find, killer to listen to and get into. And then we're going to come back to this album. And I had said something to the record store owner about, oh, it's funny you talk about the bass, and he's saying this is bass driven. And I said, yeah, I've recently come across a new bassist, Tal Wilkenfeld. And it's like, oh, she's a female Australian bassist, blah, 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 blah. And at the time, I did not know she was on this album. She did this album with Prince in 2010. and she had to remain quiet about it, not say anything, because he chose not to release it and for it to be shelved. So I said, well, let me go on social media. So I pull up the phone there and start going on social media and find her. And of course, she's been posting about, oh, it's so great to finally be able to talk about that album I did with Prince way back in 2010, yada, yada, yada. And so the story goes, man. So that's why I tied back to the Prince album that has Tal Wilkenfeld on the bass, killer female Australian bassist. Check it out. You guys can stream all this stuff, so you don't have to go crazy and go buy it. So thank you, Uncle Wes, for this stack of CDs. And I think, you know what? I think there's a couple missing. I think Mrs. Zonkman already took and put it in her car. Yeah, the John Lee Hooker, and then there was something else I can't remember. But anyway, thank you for the CDs. Appreciate it. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there. I'm just enjoying some tunes, enjoying the rain, and I've kind of made this video too long already. Peace. Y'all have a good one.